Hello and welcome to Scott Bryant on YouTube, and this video is all about the woo-woo of the Chek Institute. Now, I heard about the Chek Institute in 2003 and a friend of mine said, "Oh, Paul's bringing out a book," and so I purchased the book and read it from cover to cover. I really enjoyed it, and it came out in 2004, so it's over 20 years old now. But the information in it is still relevant and still massively advanced compared to anything else you'll read on fitness. So after reading the book and went into the section about zone exercises, realizing that the zone exercises can rebalance your chi flow, your energy, as well as help heal the organs, and I thought, oh, that's a bit woo-woo, and I was quite enjoying learning something so unique and so different. So after that, I decided that I was going to study the whole lot and get to level 4, but I got to level 5 master in 2014, so it took quite a long while to learn it all, to get it in my head, to understand it, and to be able to practice it with hundreds of clients. But the thing that fascinated me the most was the woo-woo side, because I always felt that I could feel energy. Being a nightclub bouncer, I could feel negative energy straight away. I could recognise when somebody was really upset and when somebody was really, really happy. So I already had sort of a gift, and I was always attracted to plants because my nan owned 4 florists. So I was connected to plants, and my mum bred dogs all the time, so I was really connected to dogs as well, which are really wolves. And then I decided to do the holistic lifestyle coaching programs, which was level 1, level 2, level 3. And to do level 3, I had to do it in San Diego, California, Oceanside, with Paul himself and Emma Lane. So after going there, they said, we're going to this spiritual shop, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck is this? So we went to the spiritual shop, and they had drums in there. Like, I've got a drum here, I've got 4 drums, and crystals like rose quartz, which I use in my healing with my clients. Then they had bush flower remedy, then some rattles, and then some really in-depth books about spirituality. So I've read about 20 books on shamanism now, and I've done some courses with Alberto Villoldo as well, who's one of the big shaman gurus in the world. But after going through the different woo-woo levels of the Institute, I realised that nobody else is doing this in the world. Does that make sense? Combining exercise, apart from yoga. When you do yoga, it rebalances your chakras. But I did an article on Madonna, it's on my website, for the Guardian newspaper, and they phoned me and they said, what's unique about Madonna and her exercise program? And I said, because she incorporates dance, yoga and weight training. And being in California, you sort of like see that they're sort of like leading the world in health and exercise, and a lot of the information in that part of the world is 10 to 15 years or 20 years ahead of the UK. And when I was in Oceanside walking around, there was nearly a yoga studio on every corner, and then there was shops where you could make up your own crystal necklace and stuff like that. So learning about crystals, I understood that crystals can balance the chakras, as well as balance your own energy field, as well as protect your energy field as well. This is the woo-woo stuff that I really, really love. But I love the measurement and the assessment stuff as well, because it enables me to see if somebody's got a winging scapula and why, or if somebody's getting knee pain or hamstring pain. I can really delve deep and go really deep and find out why that pain is there. I had a client, an American client, that had lower back pain. He'd worked with a Chek practitioner in America, but he was a lower level than me. Didn't know all the stuff that I actually learned. So I said to the client, right, you're 3 stone overweight, we'll drop your weight down, then see and get you doing training. So we trained 3 days a week together. And slowly but surely his pain went down, but it didn't disappear. And I'm like, are you ready to do some woo-woo stuff of the Chek stuff that your other practitioner didn't know? And he went, yeah, I'm definitely willing to be open-minded and give it a go. So in my shaman practice, I worked with a shaman for 2 years in central London, and she showed me how to assess the body for metaphysical daggers and darts. And I found that he had a dagger in his lower back that was causing his lower back pain. So I pulled it out, put it into the fire, done some ceremony to get rid of it. And I said to him, you should feel really good within 10 days. And within 10 days, he was calling me and he was going, oh, my lower back pain is completely gone. I've dropped all this weight. I feel brilliant, Scott. I can't believe what we've done together. And he gave me a brilliant testimonial, which is on my website. But the fundamental key of him having that lower back pain wasn't the weight gain, wasn't the postural malalignment or the tight muscles or the weak muscles. It was actually a grieving mechanism, that where he had a family member die, which was his dog, wasn't a human being, it was his dog. He'd been grieving for his dog because he had such a close connection to it and hadn't let go of that. And obviously I did a diaphragm release, which all level 4s and level 5s know how to do. So I released the diaphragm, and that enables the muscles that are around the lower back to be short and tight to lengthen and to loosen. So there's lots of techniques, and this is what I love about the woo-woo side, is that we surround the dragon of pain. So we're not just going, you just need stretches, or you just need a postural realignment, or you just need to strengthen your core. There's multiple things a client needs, and this is where we look at the body holistically, not just with the holistic diet and lifestyle coaching, but with the whole of the exercise program. I just need some water. And this fascinates me to see the huge change. And I can remember people saying to me when I first started, I think it was level 2, oh, you won't be able to sell it, nobody's interested in it, you know, it's all too way out there for people. And my ex-girlfriend, she worked with a lot of celebrities, and she was working with this guy that was really well known for healing. And she worked with Rick Mel. And Rick Mel used to go and see her, and she'd have a Tibetan bowl, which would come up there, and she played a Tibetan bowl for an hour. He'd pay £200 for her to play a Tibetan bowl for an hour, because the Tibetan bowl frequency realigns the body, helps you to relax. And if you're a high profile celebrity, you're under a lot of stress. Obviously he passed away, I think he passed away of cancer, which is really sad, but he had some really had an open mind. And I worked with a photographer, and she's very, very famous. And when I worked with her, I heard about that she had lower back pain. And I said, it's to do with your root chakra not being grounded, family association, blah, blah, blah. And she went, yeah, oh, that clicks with me. And I gave her an exercise called a lateral ball roll, which there's an image come up there again. So with the lateral ball roll, it's a big bang exercise. So it works through multiple planes of movement and strengthens the weaker parts that other exercises can't strengthen. So within 6 weeks, she was completely pain-free. And I said to her, look, I'm going down the shaman route. What do you think of that? She went, oh, I really love that. And still today, I go and see her. And last year, I went there and done a shamanic healing with her. And she just felt absolutely great, she said. And then I had another client that had 2 deaths in the family in the same year, was really grieving, was really in a bad way. And I said, do you want me to do the woo-woo stuff on you? And she said, hell yeah, let's do it. At the end of the session, she gave me a lovely hug, And she said, I feel like a weight has been lifted. I just want to sing and dance. Let's have a dance. I said, okay, let's have a dance and let's go and get some dinner together. And we did that. And this is what I love about my job as a Master Level 5 Chek practitioner and personal trainer, is that I look at the body in such a different way to the normal personal trainer. I'm not just going to get you to run on the treadmill. You probably won't even run on the treadmill with me. And I'm not just going to beast you in the gym. I'm going to look at your physiological load. I'm going to make sure that that's balanced before I give you harder exercises. And I'm watching you for that hour that we're working together, in which to make sure you do everything with perfect form. So when it comes to rattles, not many people know that the rattles we use to open the chakras that you can't see, and then close the chakras once we've done a special healing cleansing. And then with the feather, this acts as a knife or a dagger in spirit world, and if something's connected to your chakras which is affecting your energy field, this will get rid of it or cut them cords. I've got a special dagger that I use for cutting cords, and some people will attract the same partner, some people will attract the same job, or some people will attract the same scenario that keeps happening to them. And that's because they've got an infinity with that, and that infinity needs to be cut, or the cord needs to be cut. And only a shaman, a practicing shaman, can do that. There's over 7 million shamans around the world, all doing slightly different techniques. But I found, and I gel with, the Alberto Villoldo Quero shaman way, which is practiced in Peru by all the Quero shamans. So on top of that, on the HLC, I learnt about bushflower remedy, and this is called Calm and Clear, because sometimes I get a bit and I need to be calm and clear, so that really helps. And then I really love the chompy stones. I've got, how many of these have I got? I think I've got 24 chompy stones. They all do different things in the body and outside of the energy field. And plus you can use them for meditation and to get a deeper connection, inward connection with yourself. I did a video on that a long while ago out of my nearly 3,000 videos on YouTube. And then I decided, after doing my level 5, I decided to write my own book. So there you go, there's my book. And in the back of the book, it really talks about the healing woo-woo stuff that I really enjoy doing. And the reason why I really enjoy doing it is because the transformation I've seen in clients. I had one client that was a banker, addicted to cocaine, and really life was just out of balance. So I said, let's go over the park, let's do some woo-woo stuff. Are you into it? She said, yeah, I'll do anything. So we've done the woo-woo stuff, and my intention is always love, to put good energy in, no darkness, no badness, nothing at all, just love and balance and healing for that person. Then 3 weeks later, she goes, I'm going to Peru. What shaman should I go and see? And what's it going to be like? So she did ayahuasca, she come back, she changed her job, she opened up a new business, and her whole life completely changed, which I thought was absolutely amazing, that all it took was 1 hour to get that huge change. Does that make sense? But the only thing is, lots of people are not ready for this type of woo-woo stuff, unfortunately. They'll say it's bullshit, they'll say it's crap, they'll say it doesn't work. And these are the people that are couch potatoes, that don't really study, that don't understand that there's multiple energies in the world. And I learned a really great technique from Alberto Villoldo, which is called your power bands, putting up your power bands. So if I'm walking around and I feel a bit on edge, and I feel that there may be some trouble coming my way, I put up my bands of protection. And every time I put these bands of protection up, I've tested it multiple times, it's always worked 1,000%. Always. It never lets me down. And the same as when nature if a pigeon lands near me, that means something, so I'll look it up. I saw 2 butterflies the other day flying past me, looked it up, and it meant that things are going to change, blah blah blah. So because of that helped me see a bit more of how the summer is changing for me and improving. Does that make sense? So the woo-woo stuff is all real, it definitely works. If you look at Dr. Emoto's work, when he looked at the power of water, and if 80% of our brain and body is water, and you're saying to yourself, I'm a cunt, I'm horrible, I'm nasty, I'm not a nice person in your mind because you've had a bad upbringing, that's what you'll attract, because you're changing the structure of the water inside your body. Dr. Emoto's book's there and DVD. Unfortunately, he's passed away as well, but brilliant research that he did, and if you read the book or get the DVD, you'll see how just saying I love you to a water can change the structure of the water. So it can change the structure of you. That's why saying a prayer or having a spiritual practice like being a Buddhist or being a shaman like myself can really change things for you in so many ways. I never ever thought in 1998 that going from doorman to trainer to healer to shaman, I never ever thought that I've never predicted that whatsoever. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoy being a shaman, but not everybody wants it, which is fine. So I work uniquely for what that client wants. I never force anything on anybody. So if I said to you, right, I want you to do fasting, you say, I ain't doing effing fasting. Okay, let's do it the harder way, where you're going to reduce different foods and you're going to lose weight. Yeah, I can try that. So I always find a different option. Does that make sense? Like my plastic surgeon client friend to the Royals, we've been friends for many, many years, and he was going through some business stuff. And I went, I want to do some work on your communication chakra, because I think you're not communicating with yourself deeply, and this may be affecting your business stuff that you want to do. I went, you up for it? He went, well, you've shown me loads of crazy stuff, so let's give it a go. And he's really, really open-minded as a doctor plastic surgeon, which is brilliant. So all we did was sound. So and imagining the colour blue, but I took him through all the chakras and got him to this level and made him concentrate on this area. And he had a bit of neck pain as well. And then the next day he's texted me, he said, wizard, witch, I don't know what it is, but I feel much better and the pain is completely gone, thank you very, very much. And obviously he was very happy because we've been friends for over, what is it? Yeah, 26, 27 years. And this is what amazes me, is that when you believe in something, it works. So when a client says to me, I don't believe in that, I don't believe in that, I don't believe in that, I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to do that, I end up saying to them, go and work with somebody else. Because we're not going to get on. Because everything I tell you, you're saying no, 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 but you want to get out of back pain or shoulder pain or the issue that you've got. Nobody else has been able to help you. I'd say 98% of my clients come to me. They've been to see the physio, the doctor, the osteopath, the chiropractor, the woo-woo guy down the road, tried everything and nothing has worked until they get to see me. And this is because I learned how to surround the dragon of pain with all the tools in my toolbox, and my toolbox is overflowing with lots of tools in which to get to the root cause of the pain. And I'm not frightened in which to ask spirit world for help. And it always helps me. When I'm doing a shamanic healing on a client, it's not me, it's spirit doing it. Spirit is directing me on what to do, where to put my hands, where to put the crystal, what area to go to. But then as you become more and more open to spirit, you can feel stuff in your hands. Like if you go like this, I said this to loads of clients, go like that with your hands and then open it. Tell me if you can feel the energy. Some people can, some people can't. The people that can't douse because they're too closed-minded and they're too left brain dominant, not right brain dominant. So that means when they're left brain dominant, they're accountant, lawyer, solicitor, and they say all the woo-woo stuff is crap. But as they work with me over a period of time, they're like an onion. I'm peeling the layers off to get to the deep root cause of the problem. And this is what your doctor will never do. You go in to see your doctor, you're in there 15 minutes. How's he going to help you in 15 minutes? Apart from take this drug that will cause some side effects. It may heal you, but 90% of the time it's causing side effects and other health issues. So I hope you've enjoyed this video about the woo-woo and the Chek Institute. And please like, please share, please subscribe. And this isn't a noddy hat. This is a hat made by the Quero shamans in Peru. It took me a long time to get one. I kept visualizing it, and eventually I found it in a spiritual shop. It was not cheap because it's imported all the way from Peru. And I always use it when I'm doing ceremony or meditation or working on a client, as in the woo-woo stuff. Thanks very much, and I look forward to chatting to you again soon. Please subscribe, please share, please like. Bye.